The first is one that I can't preach on enough, and that is clarity. People have to know what's expected, they have to know how they're doing, and they have to know where they stand. Clarity is huge. If you have people who are not clear on their roles, how their roles are measured, what success and failure look like, and where they stand in the organization, they are going to be dissatisfied in short order if they aren't already. Clarity. Number one, most reliable driver of employee engagement. Number two, autonomy. This is huge. They have ownership about how to do their work, not just what they do, but how they get to do it. And I know this is different based off of, is it a brand new college grad that's never done it before? They're going to take a little bit more direction. If they're, a support task expert, they're going to have a little bit more direction. If they're a subject matter professional, they're going to have a little bit less direction. If they're a manager, a little bit less, leadership, a little bit less. I mean, there's a tier system to this, but having autonomy over their work makes them feel like they, as a person, are more than just a number, and what they bring to the table matters. Who doesn't want to feel like that? That seems like a very obvious one, but I think we miss this one in organization. So autonomy is a very reliable driver of engagement. Third one is connection. They feel like they're a part of the team, and they feel like they're a part of a mission that matters. And if you don't have clear objectives or business goals, and you're not a nonprofit, then what are they attaching themselves to? At a nonprofit, and the reason why I differentiate this is sometimes we'll work at a nonprofit because we believe so deeply in the mission. The organization could be really messy, but we care so deeply about battered women, um, disabled individuals, veterans, sharks, whatever it is. We care so deeply about that cause that we may stick around. If you are a for-profit business selling widgets, then you need to attach that individual to the objectives of the organization and the goals and help them to understand how they contribute to the goals. If you don't have that, then how in the world do you expect these people to be engaged in what it is that you're doing? Because you're commerce. And I'm not saying that commerce isn't important. You might have the most amazing shoe on the market. Tom's is a great example. Everybody was so bananas over Tom's for a while because it was one for one, and that was a really cool mission. So making shoes, maybe something that people aren't as passionate about, but like the one for one. And if you don't know about Tom's story, Blake Mykowski founded that company. There's books out there and tons of studies about him. But anyway, they gave a pair of shoes every time they sold a pair of shoes, gave shoes to individuals who didn't have shoes. So very cool mission to get a part of. But if you are just your regular run-of-the-mill Nike distributor, what are people passionate about there? How do they attach to the mission? So the third is connection. That's a reliable driver of engagement. They need to feel connected to their peers, connected to the leaders, connected to the mission that matters. Fourth is growth. They see a path forward, not a dead end. I was just doing a compensation data study for a client the other day, and when I was looking at benchmarking, I was like, okay, so we've got a really wide range for this role. I asked for the job description, and what I started to see is even people with the same titles had variance in their job description. And I was like, hey, let's have like a level 1, a level 2, a level 3 here. Because then there's really clear criteria, clarity, that they can see how to get to the next level. And they see that there is the next level, a place that they can grow in the organization. And that's really beautiful. That keeps people around, and it's a driver of engagement. So growth is number 4. And number 5 is recognition. And I think when it comes to culture and engagement, we jump right to number 5. We want to talk about recognition, employee reward and recognition. That's a category that everyone wants to be attached to because those are the fun things that like the feel good stuff or whatever. But that's number 5 for me. But it goes deeper than what we're giving them. This is if they feel seen, if they feel valued, if they feel appreciated specifically, not generically, not like I love what everyone is doing right now. It's like, Sarah, you're knocking out of the park on this client, and this is the feedback that I got and why, and here's the impact. So the 5 things that most reliably drive employee engagement are clarity, autonomy, connection, growth, and recognition. These are the areas that we need to focus on if we care about our culture and if we want to grow employee engagement.